guys, I'm Brandy.
And I'm Susan.
And we are the next family. We are two moms with 3 kids, which is basically impossible.
I know, actually just yesterday we got credit for being amazing. And I was like, why? I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, I mean, you have 3.
But so today's topic, we wanted to talk to you about twins and the importance of, how should we
differentiating. And you know what, actually when we first knew we were having twins, Brandy and I made a rule together that we wouldn't refer to them as our twins or the twins, but more calling them by their individual names.
We also agreed that we wouldn't dress them alike. Now granted, they're boy-girl twins, but still people dress their boy-girl twins alike, and no judgment there, but for us, the big reason was that we really wanted them to feel like they had their own individual personalities and their own individual worlds. And, you know, having studied twins just a bit, we realized that that is something that I think twins later in life struggle with, is sort of an independence from each other, even though they're so totally connected, and that's a wonderful thing.
I mean, they're in their own world that, you know, even as little babies, they would go like, yeah, yeah, and then the other would go, gaga, yeah, and then they'd go, so like they have their own strange little ya-ya language early on.
Yeah, I mean, we would listen to that from the monitor from our room and just crack us up like every morning. So yeah, she's right. They're already connected to each other. And so I don't feel like we needed to reinforce that. Also things like when we celebrate their birthdays, although we haven't gotten to the point where they have 2 separate birthdays, which I think is coming soon, but it's very expensive. We wanted them to have 2 separate cakes, and we wanted to sing happy birthday separately to them, and we wanted, they get to pick their own friends, and they even get to pick their own themes within their cakes or within the things that we put within the birthday party. So those things have been a really big deal to us, and actually we just realized they just turned 5. We just realized that it's time for them to next year let them have completely individual birthday parties if they want to. And it's also really important to us that they take separate classes if they want to take separate classes. So even though that can be sometimes more expensive or a little bit more inconvenient because you have to pick them up at different times and whatnot, they like different things and they are different people, and just kind of constantly remembering that. Like something as simple as a sleepover is really important, that she has her friends and she has her time and he has his time, and we even said that to them. The tricky thing with twins, though, that's kind of interesting, I don't know if any of you have twins, have experienced this. If you have, we'd love to hear the comments, but is that boys and girls advance at different paces. So for instance, all the girls, or a lot of the girls in preschool now at 5, are kind of getting ready and gearing up for sleepovers and more play dates. But when we went to find a boy to have a sleepover, none of the boys had one yet, and nor were they ready.
Yeah, developmentally, they're like on totally different pages, so it's kind of hard to offer Penn, our son, the same things that our daughter gets in that way, because yeah, he would actually be ready, just because the poor guy's been dealing with his sisters for his whole life. But you know, some of the other boys I don't think are as much. Yeah,
so it was sort of upsetting to us because we had to do the sleepover without a friend for him. But what was sweet is, in our attempt to kind of make everything fair, when it all happened, our daughter, Bella, his twin sister, wanted him to hang out with them, and she wanted them all to sleep in the same room, and because we had offered sort of the separateness of that for the sleepover. So they very much are connected. Find those ways to differentiate the 2.
Like Penn goes to soccer, Bella likes ice skating.
And even if you have 2 girls or 2 boys, they're very different, and they grow up to be very different. And I think just sort of acknowledging that from day one, even if you are dressing them alike, but acknowledging those differences and I guess having those conversations with them, we have found has been really important. So we also try to always give them things separately and not make them share, which is also very expensive. So I guess maybe choose your battles on that one.
Random like interruption as always, but we were just watching a movie, and they had a scary part in the movie theater, and little Bella looked around and said, "Where's Penn? Where's Penn?" And he was sitting on mama's lap, but they really do look out for each other, and it's a very sweet relationship that I will never get. No one will ever get unless you have a twin and you shared a tummy with somebody.
Watching twins grow up and the bond that they have is so unique and so special. I'm genuinely envious of what they have. Penn was talking to his twin sister, and he was asking her what she wanted for Christmas, and she said, and she was like naming things off, and he goes, don't ask Santa for that, because you can only ask Santa for 1 or 2 things, so I've got your back, I'll get you those things. And he was like, he's just so protective. It's like he's her husband, or
they're like an old married couple a little bit. They argue like it, and they know each other like that, and they're kind of hilarious. So let us know if you have the twin or are a twin or whatever, in comments below what your experience is.
If you are a twin, any advice that you have, we'll totally take it, because it is just us kind of figuring it out as we go along. So
isn't that how it always is?
You guys, thank you so much for watching We Are the Next Family, and we'll see you next time. Bye.